Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 175 of quitting alcohol. I really haven't been keeping track of time all that much, how many days I've really been away from it. I mentioned the day at the beginning of every video, but I just realized today that 180 days will be roughly 6 months, half a year. I guess if you figure there's 30 days in a month, 180 is 6 times 30. So I don't know if that's considered half a year, or I know there's 365 days in the year, so I don't know what those other 5 days, how you figure that into it. I guess I'll say 180 days is 6 months, half a year. So, but anyway, today I wanted to talk about how alcohol can become an obsession. And we all know that if you're obsessed with anything, that's not healthy. And for me, my alcohol use definitely turned into an obsession when everything you do in your life somehow revolves around alcohol. And what I mean by that is that there were things I wouldn't do because I wanted to make sure I left enough time in my day to drink. There were places I wouldn't go because I knew there wasn't going to be alcohol there. And just so much of my daily actions and my thoughts really centered and focused around alcohol when I was a drinker. And just that obsessive behavior is not healthy and basically leaves your life completely out of balance. And so that's when you know it's time to quit drinking, is when you see you're obsessed, you're compelled to drink it, and that it just seems like life's not fun without alcohol. Everything that's fun in your life or good seems to revolve around alcohol. And those are all lies. I have plenty of fun now. In fact, more now than when I was drinking. I was in misery when I was drinking. Now I wake up just happy and free from all that internal turmoil of knowing I'm on the wrong path in life, and knowing I need to quit drinking, and knowing my health's going down the toilet, and that kind of thing. And so I just wake up with like this burden lifted off my shoulders. And I know when you're stuck in that alcohol trap of drinking all the time, it seems like it's just so daunting and damn near impossible to break free from it. But use that internal turmoil that you're feeling, the trap feeling, the just all that internal battle of wanting to quit but still continuing to drink. Use that as motivation. Look at that and go, what am I doing here? I'm doing something I know that I need to stop doing, and I'm compelled to do it. And, that was motivation for me, seeing that I was allowing this substance to have control over my life, and that I was obsessed with drinking every single day. And when you're obsessed about anything, it's not healthy. And so that's obviously red flag warning signs that it's time to stop the obsession. And so things eventually get to a place where enough's enough, and you decide to finally put your mind to it, your everything into it, and just quit. And so I just wanted to, today I was just thinking about how drinking, I never really saw it or felt about it as what it truly was, which was an obsession. And if you can't go, a couple of weeks without alcohol, a month, a few months, or say to yourself, I'd be okay if I never drank again. I think that there's some level of obsession there about your drinking. And and I get why we're obsessed with it. I mean, it's an addictive drug, basically. And I don't think a lot of us, when people talk about alcohol and drugs, it's just that. It's alcohol and drugs as two separate things. Well, alcohol is a drug, and yet society has placed it as something separate from drugs, which is really pretty silly, because it's one of the most addictive drugs out there, and society has a huge problem with obsession with alcohol. And when you view it that way too, sometimes it helps a little bit to see that our culture and our society is obsessed with drinking. It really is. I mean, just here in Oregon, looking at all the microbreweries popping up, all the pubs, all the wineries. I mean, the alcohol industry here in Oregon has, I mean, in the last 10 years, seems like it's tripled or quadrupled. I mean, I remember there was a few vineyards. Now they're blowing up. Breweries, there are a few of them in Oregon. Now they're everywhere. And so it's just our culture is obsessed with drinking, and it's obsessed with this drug. And, you know, nobody that's obsessed with something really wants to really call it out and say what it really is, which is a drug, a toxin to our bodies. And so, you know, maybe you're finding yourself obsessed with alcohol, and, you know, at some point we get to the place where we don't buy into the propaganda anymore. We don't buy into the brainwashing. You know, especially a lot of things that have gone on the last 2 or 3 years. I don't believe anything I hear, read anymore. You got to do your own homework on stuff and, you know, look at the facts of what's really going on. Just because doctors say something's good or, you know, doesn't always mean it is. I mean, you got to use common sense with some of this stuff. And just because alcohol is sold everywhere and has approval to be used, and doesn't mean we should be drinking it like we are and using it for so many different things in our life, from celebrating to socializing to, you know, just having it with dinner. And I don't know, you know, it's just something to think about today, guys. And so if you're feeling like you're obsessed with alcohol, I mean, you know, I know that for a lot of people saying I'm never drinking again is too painful, but give yourself, go 3 months. See if you can make it the 90 days without alcohol and see how you feel. If you can't go 90 days, you just find that you can't even go a month maybe you are obsessed with alcohol, and that's going to say something. If you can't go a month, 2 months, 3 months without alcohol, you know, it's something to think about anyway, guys. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, please give them a like, subscribe to the channel if you can, and most importantly, remember, sauce ain't the boss, you are. You guys have a great day.